I'm gonna be repotting these babies. The easiest way to repot when you don't really need to trim the roots or anything like that. All I'm gonna do, Fluff is on his own. All I'm gonna do is make the substrate. I'm using peat moss, sand, for every container of peat moss. I'm using 2 of sand, so that is very well drained. When the adeniums are smaller, I use it the other way around. I use more peat moss than sand. As they get older, they need a lot of drainage. And not only I'm adding a lot more sand, but the charcoal is also bigger at this point. I'm using bigger pieces of charcoal. Okay? This I will be adding to the pots. And as you can see, this baby is really tight right there. She can hardly manage. So most people add the fertilizer to the soil. I add it after I started planting, because that way I know that every pot has some fertilizer. And what I will be using is a mixture of Osmocut, super phosphate, simple phosphate, and potash, which is potassium. I'll also be adding a little bit of bone meal to the substrate. You want to use a pot that is larger than the root ball itself. So I'm gonna see if this one fits. But as you can see, it's a fit tight. Doesn't have any room to grow. So I can try. This one. This one's better. Love. Dios mío, he's very agitated. Okay. Let me see if I can manage to put this. Okay. I'm gonna cut open the bag, and I will not cut the roots. I'm just going to cut open the bag because I don't want the plant to be stressed at this moment. She's small enough that she doesn't really need to actually I would rather get a little bit of a bigger container. So let me try this one. Yeah, I like this one better. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put some some cocoa peat on the bottom. But before that, I'm gonna use, to keep the soil from coming out, I'm gonna use a coffee filter. The coffee filter is biodegradable. And I'm gonna use some cocoa peat. To put on the bottom. And then on top of that, I'll add some pieces of charcoal. All this will help with aeration so the soil will not get compacted. Okay. Okay. Then I'll put some soil on the bottom. And add some of the fertilizer. And I'll put it on the bottom of the pot. This is about a size of a gallon, half a gallon. And for it, I'll use about that much of the bone meal. The bone meal is good for calcium. The potash is potassium. And the simple phosphate is phosphorus. And magnesium, which they need so they can flower healthy. But I also put a little bit in the mixture of the 14-14-14 nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. Okay, as you can see, the root is attached to this plant, to the bag, and I do not want to stress out this plant at all. So what I will do is cut the bag open to make sure that I don't damage any roots. I apologize, I'm doing this backwards. You can't see what I'm doing. Okay. I'll be cutting the bag open to make sure the roots will come up without having to stress them out and cut the roots open. Okay, beautiful, healthy roots. No bugs, no mealybugs, nothing that has been damaging my plant. So now I will add, since I just added some fertilizer and I don't want the roots to be in direct contact with the fertilizer, I'm gonna mix some more of the soil onto it so that there's no direct contact to it. I put the plant in the middle, and I'm gonna put a little bit, few more pieces of the cocoa peat, which helps with aeration. and to help drainage and helps retain moisture also. The cocoa peat is also excellent for retaining moisture, as well as the um, peat moss. The peat moss holds a whole lot more water than the cocoa peat, but the peat moss compacts faster, and I need the space to be as open as possible so that the roots can find a place to grow. I don't want compacted dirt. Okay, this one is still a baby, so I will not be moving any of the roots out, cutting any roots off. Let me put a little bit more of the okay. And then I water, and that is it. Thank you. Bye. Happy New Year to you. Can I finish this? Yes.